The winner, but Jordan Anderson is the story tonight. Tell me about that final lap, the final corner. Hundredths of a second.
Man, there's not too many opportunities. I'm getting to see the replay here for the first time.
I just talked to her before she got in the truck again. She says she's doing okay, but again, it was hot last night. It's just as hot today. Something to think about, guys. Ben, we heard your side of the story. We saw what happened. How do you explain the end of this race?
Yeah, it's 2 times. The guy runs me out of the groove. I almost knocked down turn 4 wall. I'm completely out of the gas, hand over fist.
Some are going to see that incident with the 18 quite differently.
Yeah,
How are you going to handle it?
That's fine. I'll tell them. They can have their own opinion, but I was in the truck. I know what happened.
And the best way to make it onto the A-list is to get a trophy, Noah Gregson. That's what you did in Daytona. What's it been like since the win?
And I'm down here with his crew chief, Junior Joyner, because we heard some concern on the radio, especially about the start of that race. Caitlin, one look online. I mean, already you can see there are negative feelings toward these developments in terms of what happened, a lot of questions, a lot of that being directed toward Bubba Wallace. This is where the choose rule happens. Let's show you how the choose rule happens. Sure, it might be a disadvantage, but look at all the track position I just picked up. It's decisions like these drivers and teams will have to make on every restart from now on. So that has led to a lot of frustration. I just talked to Brett Moffitt. He says we have to be better than third. We have to be better than second. Winning is what counts, especially in the playoffs.
That's going to be a story every single week. Where are you going? People like me are going to be asking him, where are you going? Did you sign yet? If he has a good run during the week, it's going to be, oh, you're going back to Ganassi then. If he has a bad run, oh, does this mean you're going to leave?
Sheldon Creed on the top of your screen. You can see on the back of that truck some damage from the 16 during that run, so they're going to look at that and also make a track bar adjustment. The middle of your screen, Austin Hill there. He was coming on at the end of that stage, but he says he's just too loose as they try to exit the corner. They got to make an adjustment there. He also wants an ice pack. The team is already telling him, though, save your tires. See if you can just go easy on them. Remember, they could potentially only pit one time in this race. They have to make those tires last. And he needs a little bit of good news. So the good news is that we're here just outside St. Louis because he tells me he loves this track. He says it drives like a high-speed short track he grew up racing on. He says it's a little too loose when he gets into the corner. His biggest complaint, though, was the effect of the wind that it's having out there. An adjustment for the 16 truck. The middle of your screen, Sheldon Creed, the leader in that 2 truck. He says it's a little loose getting in, a little tight getting off, so they're going to make an air pressure adjustment, hoping to fix that. He's hitting the splitter every time he goes into the corner and just yelling on the radio, it's the splitter, it's the splitter. I'm pushing like a dump truck. I can't do anything with this truck. On a night when the series best start their playoff run, it is a 17-year-old rookie who steals the show. Truck Series winner Sam Mayer. How do you explain this one? What? You are a rookie. Tell me what this year has been like for you. Your family's in Canada. I know you haven't been able to travel or see them as much as you would in any normal year. What's it been like for you? And then to have it end like this?
It's been pretty crazy.
It's one thing to have a big brother. It's one thing to compete against a big brother. What's it like to go into the Hall of Fame and join your big brother?
Well, I can tell you it's probably going to get kind of emotional at some point in time.
Yeah, Vince, sometimes second is great. Sometimes second is the worst spot to finish, man. Yeah, thumbs down, Christian Eckes says. What do you take away from a night like this? Certainly some tense moments for Sheldon Creed. All of us watching that at the front of the field. I'm with his crew chief now, Jeff Stankiewicz. What is that like for the crew chief watching that?
Well, I mean, it's pretty nerve-wracking.
In terms of the circumstances, a perfect night for that crew. They've moved up from 8th spot. Every adjustment they've made has improved the handling of the truck, and they've extended the cushion on the bubble. He is earning his playoff spot tonight, Jamie.
It is the biggest stage in all of stock car racing.
The biggest race of your career. I guarantee you there's a lot of butterflies.
25 weeks into the most unique NASCAR season in history, and still, one race, one win can change your entire year. What better place to end the regular season than where we started? For the first time, the Daytona High Banks will decide the final playoff field. The opportunity to choose the right line, get the right push, or make the right move that changes the fortunes of a season. What would you do for a playoff spot? We know the dangers, the risks, the realities of racing at 200 miles per hour.
Move it down. Oh, he's going to get turned. They're wrecking big, wrecking big.
But we also know the rewards.
Did we just do that? We got it! Yeah! What a day! I can't believe it.
Daytona has a way with just making memories.
It's not often we get late season drama. Even more rare to get that last minute win and in. But Daytona provides the best opportunity yet. It has the potential for surprise, a return to victory lane, or maybe even redemption. One race, one win to change an entire year.
As the green flag falls on a new decade of racing, opportunities will follow. There are races and championships to win, and it's a new group that will soon take over the sport. But before we speed forward, let's pump the brakes and look back. The last decade saw champions Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, and Matt Kenseth get out of the car. All while Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Kyle Busch went from winners to champions. Now think about the years to come. With Jimmy Johnson looking for one final victory lap before retirement, it's not hard to imagine Harvick and Kurt Busch moving on sooner than later. What does it mean? In a sport filled with tight corners and side-by-side racing, the future is wide open. The big question is, who steps up? Chase Elliott has the pedigree and popularity to carry the sport. Ryan Blaney has an old-school swagger. Kyle Larson has that any track, any car, anywhere mentality that makes legends. Eric Jones, Alex Bowman, William Byron all show more than just promise. But it's time to go beyond the hype. It's a new decade. Veterans, champions will soon move on. So who moves in? The opportunity is there. It starts today in the Daytona 500 on the sport's biggest stage. Where it goes, we'll just have to see.